Welcome back to Ghoster Coasters, everybody. And today we are about to do something a little bit different. We're building our fantasy parks. But first,
If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join our spooky community today. A huge shout out goes out to all of our channel members and Ghoster Coaster producers of the channel for helping bring all of this content to you guys, like CP Coaster Lover and more. You guys are really the heart and soul of our channel. But today we want to do something kind of crazy. We're going to go over and build parks by ride types like gigas, hypers, racing coasters, wooden, even the family coasters and dark coasters. So come along with us and let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to get into today, we're going to go for the biggest, the baddest. What would you like to open up with? Are you thinking
I'm thinking Fury from Carowinds.
for a giga roller coaster? So why would you pick Fury from Carowinds for a giga coaster?
Fury is my all-around favorite. I love everything about it. I love going over and under and the comebacks. It's just a great coaster.
Yeah, I agree. And the
The
speed is so
airtime.
sustained throughout the whole entire ride. That first drop is awesome. You know, some people say Orion at Kings Island has a better first drop. We don't agree with that there, but it is a fantastic coaster. And I would also pick Fury for my fantasy park builder as well. And we're going to go over this, both parks kind of. So our parks are going to look a little different at the end, and we'll keep a running tally in the video as we go.
I can't breathe. Help.
No actors were hurt in the process of this filming. If you guys want some awesome Ghoster Coasters merch to show off at the parks this summer or even in the fall, because we got hoodies and cool stuff for you, you can check out our spread shop. It's going to be up in the link above, and you know, that's just our one shameless, link. No actors, again, were harmed in this process. As with any amusement park, families are kind of the heart and soul of the park goers. So today we're going to kind of go over some of the family rides we'd like to see, like dark coasters, family rides, all sorts of things like that. So let's go ahead and get into it first. We're going to start off with dark coasters, I think, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is a fun one because I know you got something to say about this one.
Fire in the hole.
Fire in the hole! Yeah, of course. That's an interesting one, huh?
It really is. I am kind of never been able to ride it, but I've watched it over and over again on the POVs, and I'm super excited. I can't wait to get out there and get on it, make it a credit. I like a good indoor themed ride, and it's an RMC to top it all off. What can go wrong with that?
I mean, there's a few things, but we'll get... No, I'm just kidding. Fire in the hole, everybody. It sounds like a great ride, and we can't wait to get out there and ride it, but...
RMC for families.
Yeah, shout out Silver Dollar City for that. My dark ride would be the one and only that's currently being restored is the Scooby-Doo dark ride over there at the Warner Brothers Park in Australia. That's an easy one for me. You know, anyone who knows me calls me Scoob, so... It's just one of those things. One of them Scooby dark rides would be awesome, and I'm not talking about a Boo Blasters one. I'm talking about a real themed, all the way to the gills Scooby-Doo dark haunted house ride, and I can't wait to see what they come up with the new reimagined Scooby-Doo's dark ride.
That would be amazing. I remember going to the park as a little girl, and I remember the first roller coasters that I was able to ride, and they bring back a lot of nostalgia for me. And I can say this, I would have Blue Streak as my family coaster. I don't know about you, but I know it is one of the first coasters that I think you rode as well.
Actually, Gemini was before. We didn't really know how to get to Blue Street because it had changed since you had been there, remember? Everything had changed up since she had been there last, so she didn't know how to find it.
They got rid of the dark ride, so I didn't know where it was anymore.
Yeah, so then we had to kind of, and then the entrance was down farther from where it used to be from where you rode it last, so yeah, we had to, basically go Demon Drop Gemini. But beside the point, my family coaster would also include Blue Streak or the Racer at Kings Island. Both phenomenal wooden roller coasters. I know the Racer kind of falls under a racing category, but if you stay tuned for that, we'll have that coming up soon. I got an even better racing coaster for my fantasy park. So, looks like we both got Furious Gigas. We got Blue Streak and the Racer. We'll differentiate here. You got Blue Streak and I got the Racers family rides. You have Fire in the Hole.
Fire in the Hole.
I also have the Scooby-Doo coaster. So that's our running tally so far. Speaking of many First People's roller coasters, at parks, and racing roller coasters in general, like, the Gemini, that's a racing coaster that we both kind of started out on. That was one of our first big coasters, and many at Cedar Point.
Yeah.
We're going to take it to the racing coaster category, and today there is tons of new coasters being built and coasters from the past, so there's a lot to choose from. What would you pick for your racing coaster at a park?
I'm going with nostalgia again. A lot of memories on this one. You remember lots and lots of days standing in line, listening to music, and just feeling everybody's anxiousness. Gemini.
Cedar Point opening in 1978. Great roller coaster,
hand
right?
clapping.
Yeah, hand
Woo!
clapping, passing some dollars. You know, everybody gets a good laugh out of that one. I have an interesting racing coaster to go over here. It is coming in 2025 at Epic Universe, and that is the Stardust Racers. There's a couple of name changes, so if I've got it wrong and it's something else, Starfall Racers, whatever it is now, don't come at me, guys. But that Celestial Spin looks incredible on that ride. I can't wait to get a chance to go down there. I don't know if it'll be next year. Probably best not to go next year anyways on opening year, but that looks like it might be one of the best, not racing coasters in the world, but one of the best coasters in Florida, if not one of the best coasters of 2025, and dare I say, breaking into the top 25 coasters in the world. It looks phenomenal. So that would be my racing coaster, and we got a little differential there. Our parks are looking different. Let us know down in the comments, guys. What do you think about our parks, and what?
I think both of those coasters could go into the park just because of the fact that Gemini is more of a nostalgic family type coaster.
Yeah, but we're picking specifics for racing types,
True.
so you know we can't really differentiate it here. You could have put your Gemini as a family ride, guys. You know what I'm saying?
No, because Blue Streak.
I get it, but this is where our parks
You
are starting
put
to
your
differ,
racer
right?
in as a
This is good.
family
Yeah, exactly.
ride.
I found
So
a way to
you
put
would
two.
have to.
Exactly. I found my way. See the loopholes there, guys.
He got me.
Let us know down below what you think so far. Today we're taking you to one of our kind of favorite rides out there because it's basically a guaranteed stomach drop, and that is
The dive coaster.
And we got one coming in 2025 that looks phenomenal. There's been one built this year at Dorney Park as well that just opened. We're talking about these new mini dive models, and coming to Six Flags Great America next year, the Wrath of Rakshasha, which is an awesome name, and I feel like guests are definitely going to have a hard time pronouncing that one. So I love the lore around it. Some people like the name, some don't, but this layout, it packs a punch, everybody.
Yeah.
Different elements. It's just really cool. What's your thoughts on the ride?
I can't wait to get on it because, like you know, even though it's cookie cutter, I still love
This one
a
isn't.
good dive. And this one is definitely breaking the mold because it's got so many different elements to
Got some
it.
unique
It's
things.
got 5 different inversions.
Yeah, it looks like
I
a
can't
demonic
wait.
knot almost with them corkscrews over. It's so cool looking. This
Yeah.
ride looks incredible. I can't wait to get to Six Flags Great America again and ride it, and hopefully give you guys an update of the ride here coming in the next few weeks, because I have a Six Flags pass and I hope to get there soon. So hopefully we can show you guys the progress being made already on the Wrath of Rakshasha. This seems to be one that we kind of both agree on, and I think we'd both throw Yukon Striker in there as well because it's just super tall and whatnot. But
Yes.
again, these new ones look like they're packing a punch, so we're going with the Wrath of Rakshasha
It's
for our
going
park.
to be insane.
Insanity. And since we both kind of agree on the inverted roller coasters, we might as well knock out the ones that we kind of got in common right now in the middle. So,
Absolutely.
taking it to Dorney Park or Hershey Park, these are considered our favorite invert so far. Raptor at Cedar Point does too much. Which one would you pick for your park?
Great Bear.
Great Bear. I was thinking Great Bear too. So I guess I'll go Talon at Dorney Park. I'll take Talon for mine. So we kind of differentiate, but we both had them on our list. So
Yeah, both are awesome rides.
1 and 2 for both of us. We both kind of thought about it. Now this is where things get interesting. Wooden coasters. One of my favorites. You know, she likes wooden coasters that are smooth for the most part. I mean, she likes crazy ones too, but they can't be ridiculously rough like the Beast was pre-retrack. That was a little too much for us, right?
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
You know, that
but-
first ride back was a little rough, but I grew to love the Beast.
Yeah, and now we're going to pick our wooden coasters for our parks, and this may be kind of crazy, guys. I think I have 2 that I'd pick. It'd be between the Voyage and El Toro. It just depends what you're looking for. Crazy airtime, it's El Toro. If you're looking for the long and sustained airtime, like 30 seconds worth of it, and long terrain layout, it's the Voyage. They both give you a lot of airtime moments, though, so there's no wrong answer for me there. I think yours differs a little bit, though. How would you feel about the wooden coasters at your fantasy park?
Mine does differ because I would, like you, I like El Toro. It's an insane Woody. I loved it. We got to ride it back to back to back, and boy, was that fun. But I would also go with the Beast because you know what? Them night rides are just phenomenal.
Mystic's good too, but the Beast. Okay,
The
so you're
Beast.
picking the Beast for your park. I like it, honestly. I wouldn't mind going to your park either. Guys, when we finish this, we're going to have you rank our parks down at the end because it's going to be a fun video for this, so just stay tuned for that. Wooden coasters, we got some differentials there. We got some of the same inverts. I mean, we picked different ones, but we picked the same ones for our list, and then we got some of the same ones. What about winged roller coasters? Now, I know this is kind of, we haven't ridden a whole bunch of them, but
No.
I got my own list here, and you got yours for it. So what would you pick for a wing coaster?
I'm going with Gatekeeper because
Fair.
I just can't not have that weightless feeling when you're going through some of those elements. Like, I just love it.
Yeah, I definitely don't disagree, but I know there's a new one coming, Reptera, this year, but I still think I would pick Thunderbird over there at Dollywood. It just looks like a better launch coaster, and there's some cool elements in it. I know it looks a little short, everybody, but I'm going with Thunderbird. I know wing coasters aren't the most popular out there. Oh, yeah, wait, I got it, guys. X-Flight, if it had better restraints. The restraints locked up on me, so it freaked me out in the summer because I was hot. You know, see, I'm skinny too, and like they were hugging me, so it freaked me out. But the ride before the restraints got super tight was phenomenal. So actually, I'm changing mine. Mine would be X-Flight at Six Flags Great America because that was a phenomenal ride.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Let us know what you guys think so far. Now, this isn't roller coaster related, but it's something where you always lose your stomach.
And you have to have one in a park.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a almost a must-have. It's
a
drop tower. It's one of those things where, like, as soon as you're talking, you guys have a conversation, and then all of a sudden, someone's and then you're going down.
Exactly.
Top tier. Now, I would definitely pick the one on King Dakar, or Kings Islands is good too, but the one on King Dakar, Zumanjaro, is phenomenal. So
yeah,
it's kind of a must experience. Dropping that long, you can kind of feel the ride, like you can feel the train. Like it's
weird. It really
scary,
is. It's definitely one of those like it takes your breath away. And I love a good drop tower, and that one just like I got off and was like, oh my God, what did I just ride?
My legs were kind of tingly, you know, like shaky a little bit. It was cool. And then you're looking down and there's like this small gap where the trains go through and you're like, what's going on? That definitely top tier. What would you pick for a drop tower?
I was going with Zumanjaro because that one got me.
That would mean we needed a strata structure in our park. So that means we need a strata coaster. Are we both going King Dakar here since it's the only... You know,
decent strata coaster open right now.
The only one open right now. I'm not saying decent. Top Thrill 2 is great when it was open, but
yes, for sure. Oh, could you imagine putting a drop on
Top Thrill 2? Yeah, but all right. So we're picking King Dakar for our strata. That's what we're doing here, and we're gonna move on to our hybrid coasters here now because hybrid coasters basically anything Steel Vengeance touches, or you know GCI can kind of do some, and that includes Gemini back in the day from Arrow. There's a lot of things we can pick here. What would you pick for your hybrid coaster?
I'm going with Storm Chaser.
Storm Chaser. Okay, Kentucky Kingdom. Great ride. I love that. The barrel drop is phenomenal.
Absolutely.
It packs a bunch of airtime. It's one of my top 4 RMCs. It's really top tier.
My number 2 RMC.
I would probably pick Steel Vengeance here, but there's a small part of me that wants to pick Goliath at Six Flags Great America as well. It's a toss-up. I mean, I know they're not close. Steel Vengeance is clearly the better ride, but it depends what you're looking for that day. Honestly, if you're looking for, you know, a wooden hybrid, that's a great one. It's a great ride. So that's where our hybrids kind of lie. We're forgetting one of the main pieces of what seems to be most of these parks these days, and that is a hyper roller coaster, right?
Yes.
What would you do for a hyper roller coaster at your park?
So, you know, I am nostalgic, and it happens to be one of our favorite coasters, Magnum.
She's stealing my hyper, guys. I gotta go with a different one now. But Magnum is a great ride. Just ride off the wheels, 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17, and you're good. And I'm what?
He stole it from me. I rode it first.
Technically, she did, and she rode it with upstops, not upstop wheels. She had the pads on it, so she's a true
I'm the OG.
She rode it through all the conversions and everything. Crazy. So good for her. I get the smooth ride now, and that's fine with me. I'm going to go with, and this one's going to throw some people off. Honestly, if I threw my hyper rankings out there, they'd be kind of mad. But I'm going to just pick Raging Bull at Six Flags Great America again. I love that park. And that first drop, when you go down that little pre-drop, and you're in the back seat, as soon as it starts going down, it goes woof, and it yanks you over. There's nothing better than that first drop. And people say it neanders. It does not. That ride is great. I don't feel any of the trim brakes. I also think in Intimidator, as they called it at Carowinds, now Thunderstriker was a great hyper too. I think Candemonium's a great hyper as well. I think Diamondback is a great hyper as well. I think Skyrush is a great hyper as well. There's a ton of them out there, guys, but I'm just going to pick Goliath, and I'm going to make it easy and kind of, that would be my dream one, but
Thigh Crush is not a good one.
Thigh Crush isn't Thigh Crush anymore, supposedly. There's also Mako out there. There's Apollo's Chariot. There's a ton of hypers here. I mean, you could pick any of them, and guests are usually going to be pretty happy here. So she has Magnum. I have, Raging Bull at Six Flags Great America. And that's going to be it for our coaster rankings right now, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we wrapped it up. Fantasy Park, what else do we have?
What about the LSM?
Ooh, yeah, that's right. A nice launching roller coaster. What would you go with?
I am going north with Alpen Fury.
I think we both agree here, guys. Canada's Wonderland is opening an awesome launch coaster here next year in 2025. Alpen Fury, it looks phenomenal. There's, I think, 9 inversions. It launches out of the mountain.
Yeah, it's so exciting.
Top tier. I know there's great launch coasters out there. Mavericks out there. There's, Copperhead Strike. There's Lhasa Coaster. There's a ton of them. I'm going with it. I mean, we could have even put the Top Thrill 2 there if we wanted 2 strata coasters in our park just to be goofy, but...
Exactly, but...
Yeah, Alpen Fury looks phenomenal, and that would round up a park phenomenally well. I mean, there'd be inversions, there'd be launches, there would be hypers, gigas. I can't see why someone wouldn't want to go to one of the parks, but what would you guys rank our parks? Which park would you go to first? Let us know down below. We're going to put a list up on the screen here. Let us know which park you would go to first. I think it's going to be mine, but...
Mine. Nostalgia, people. Nostalgia.
I like nostalgia, too. If you guys wanted nostalgia, I could put the Thunderbolt and the Jackrabbit at my parks, but I'm just saying.
I still have some good coasters, too.
We'll see how everybody takes this, guys. But again, as always, thank you for joining us here at Ghoster Coasters. A huge shout out goes out to our channel members, everybody who's helped bring this together, everyone who comments on our videos, likes our videos. You guys are the heart and soul of our channel, and we couldn't do it without you. So I'm going to pass it over to her so we can do one of our first on camera roll calls, right?
Absolutely. As always, thank you for being a part of our spooky community.
And for Coaster Ghostin' with Ghoster Coasters.
Have an excellent night, everybody.
Hi, Chance. Say hi. Say hi. Hi.